boom. All right, today we're talking about the queen edge guard, right? The queen edge guard. Now, somebody in the chat, tell me, what is the edge guard? What is edge guard? Does anybody know like what edge guard means? Like for the gamers, for people that play video games. Now, if you ever just hear edge guard, you already know it's just like guarding an edge. Okay, easy. You're guarding an edge, right? Now, there are a lot of people that actually play video games that know about this edge guard thing. Is it a camper? No, not necessarily. Smash Bros. There you go. Mudkip the hero. Smash Bros. Correct. If you're a real Smash Bros. Player, big facts. If you know what I'm talking about right now. If you know what I'm talking about. Saga Sin, it is that too, but I can't allow that because like it's a family channel. But yes, it is. Yes. They want, yeah, correct. Right. So what it is, edge guard basically, in Smash Bros. In fact, what I'm about to do here, y'all, is I'm gonna pull this up real quick and I'm gonna show y'all what an edge guard is, or edge guarding. Edge guarding, what they say. So this is like edge guarding, right? Watch this. Let me pull this up. Boom. So edge guarding, and this is like SEL stuff and YouTube, so you can look at keywords and stuff. Pretty cool. So look, edge guarding. Look, boom. Edge guarding. So you can see where's like a perfect example. My thumbnail is actually one of them. But in Smash Bros, they stay around the edge. This is perfect. Look at this picture, right? This picture right here, this one. Can we like, I ain't trying to be all on the site. Let's just stay over here, right? But this right here, the guy right here, Mario, like all camped out, you know, he like, yeah, what's up? And then you got the big homie right here, like trying to come back up. But I'm guarding the edge for you to come back up. So when you come back up, I'm gonna hit you with that 2-piece. Very, very easy. Get the man off the board. Get him out of here. Right? It's gonna hurt. So it's an edge guard. I'm guarding the edge, right? So we put this in terms here of the queen, so you understand what we're gonna do about today, and how it's going to translate in today's game we're looking at right here. All right, cool. So edge guard versus ledge trap, yeah, in a way, right? So this is edge guarding, right? And this is what the first thing we kind of thought about when we looked at this for today's game. So this is Alexander Alekhine, or Alekhine, or Alekhine, however you say it, right? You know, because people be acting all crazy. It's Alekhine, it's Alekhine. Bo, we know who you're talking about. So Alexander Alekhine versus Jose Raul Capablanca, another one, same thing. Speaking of Capa, we're actually covering a book. Make sure you guys are watching that playlist. We starting Fundamentals 2. So you guys will see the chapter 2 very soon. Okay, all right, let's see what happened in this game. D4, D5, C4, E6. Now we're going to fly through stuff. We like to keep these 15, 20 minutes in and out. Try to be done quickly here and get the lesson for the day. So after E6, knight to C3, knight F6. This is Queen's Gambit decline style. Definitely a favorite of Jose Raul Capa's. Capa was just, you know, he loved this opening, to be honest. Bishop G5, knight B to D7, E3, C6, right? Very easy. Very easy. Easy play. The bishop is outside of the pawn chain. Just notice where the pieces go for people that don't actually, like, you know, understand what's really going on. Every opening is the same for a few aspects. Is you just get the pieces off the back rank. Get the pieces off the back rank. Bruh. That's what you need to do. So it's like, just don't play around with that. So C6 and then A3, which is an interesting move. What does A3 do? Always ask yourself, what would this move do? What does it actually do? What could go here? The bishop. The bishop was probably going to go to B4, so he played A3, right? So you don't want the, plus this avoids a Cambridge Springs variation with knight F3, queen A5 as well, by the way. But A3, bishop to E7, happy Thanksgiving. That's right, happy Thanksgiving to everybody, right? If you're watching this from wherever you are. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, so after knight F3, there was castles, right? And then after castles, bishop to D3. Pretty nice move, right? Developing bishops look great here. And then we see this move. Boom, take. Why take now? Because the bishop has to move twice. Capa himself, in fact, we covered that in video 1 of Chess Fundamentals. In video 1 of Chess Fundamentals, we said you should refrain. That doesn't mean never ever do in your life. You should refrain from moving a piece multiple times in the opening. So D takes C4 makes you move this piece twice, right? So bishop takes C4, right? And here in these type of positions, I love having my bishop back on D3. But notice how, you know, you don't actually always have to go for this type of position. I love this kind of position. That's due to favorite, Plus, you're moving this bishop 3 times, right? Which you're probably going to move it anyway. But let's see what happens. Okay, bishop takes e7. Queen takes e7. And then what would you do in this position, right? So this is on you, chat. Right, we're going to give y'all your first little test here. What you think you would do here? What would you do? White to move. What do you do? I see castle. I see another castle. Knight e5. Okay, knight e5. Pretty good. E5. Okay, knight e5. Oh, you mean like e4? Right, e4, pawn e4. Knight e5 or castle, put the knight on e5. Why are you trying to go knight e5? Pawn e4. Yeah, pawn e4 is pretty good. Pretty good. Knight e5. Now, all these are moves, by the way. All these are moves, except that one. That's not a move. But all these are moves. Knight e5, e4, right? Even castling. But here's the move that he chose right here. Somebody tell me what this move is. This is deep understanding of chess. I want you to tell me what this move is. What is this right here? Knight e4. What does this move do? Knight e4. It didn't even come up on the engine's radar. Now, it's not like it's a bad move at all. It don't change much, but it's a different move. Why did he go knight e4? Why did he put the knight on e4? Dedicants, thanks for the follow. This castle, I'm out your way. Have a nice day. Come on, Jeffo. You know the terms and everything. I mean, he a veteran Jedi. Oof. Protects g5. I guess. Black square coverage. He wants f6. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. In fact, what he wanted here is he just wanted to bring another knight on the other side of the board. Check this out. He said mouse slipped. Mouse slipped. Over the board, mouse slipped. Right, but knight e4. So the knight actually, you know, one thing you want to do is get multiple pieces to this side of the board. So maybe a knight to g3, right? Maybe you could go knight g5 and bishop d3 at the right moment, right? Yeah, you also could play also maybe knight d2 as a reroute, but that's really not what you're trying to do. But you're really not trying to trade pieces as much because number one, your structure is kind of damaged. So if we go with castles, for instance, knight takes, pawn takes b6 with bishop b7 and trying to play c5. Chipping at the center, not a bad position at all. Not bad at all. Yes, you have a little bit of a weakness, that's it, but he didn't even want that. He played knight e4 to try to keep pieces on and to try to throw you off. So knight e4 happened. Knight e4, knight f6. What did he do? Put the knight on g3. So now we got two knights over here looking kind of nice. The bishop can maybe come around, maybe even this way to help out. Okay, c5 happens after the c5. Now we get out the way, get the king out the way. Knight to b6, hit the bishop. We got to move it, obviously. Bishop a2, he takes on d4. Which do we take with? Queen, pawn, or knight? That's on you. Which way do we capture? Queen, pawn, or knight? How do you capture the pawn? How do you capture the pawn? Black play, yeah, it would have been knight g3. Yeah, pawn, knight, queen. Thanks for the follow. Knight. Queen, knight, queen, knight. Queen, knight, queen, knight. Pawn, the free to E file. He said pawn, the free to E file. I have minus game. I actually have that book. Zurich International 1953. I do. I do. All right. Now, if you capture the pawn, clap it up for yourself. Clap it up for yourself. I want you to understand that right now in this moment you are 100% garbage. That is not a move. Garbage. Wow. Do not take this. Don't ever do this. Right? We're gonna don't do this. This is an isolated pawn for nothing. For absolutely nothing at all. There is no reason to make the pawn isolated. No reason at all. So you would take with either the queen or the knight. Doesn't matter which one. I mean, not that it really doesn't matter. Like the knight is better, but pawn takes is the absolute worst. So if this came across your mind, remember right now that you're going to be 100%. Garbage. There go the garbage emotes in the chat. Look at that. Dr. Giuliano on it. Right there with the garbage emotes in the chat. If you do this to yourself. Knight takes d4 is the move. And then g6, right? Maybe stopping a potential f5, but also prepping maybe some king g7. You know, and freeing up the f5 square, trying to make it happen. You know what I mean? Okay, so G6, rook to C1, bishop D7. And then here you go queen E2. What is this move about? We're just getting the queen off the back rank. There's nothing really going on in the center. It's almost symmetrical, and we say almost because pawns on the same side. Pawns on the same side. Same amount of pawns on the same side. So when you know this, you know, it's all about where the pieces are in the piece play. This is still a lot of play left, and playing in these type of positions is the hardest part of chess. Believe it or not. Gravity Destroyer, yo, thanks for the prime, bro. Appreciate you. Let's go. Best emote ever, yes. Yeah, the garbage emote, yeah. So queen e2, right? We just get it off the back rank. This is by far no type of game you winning just right now, right? You know, this is going to take time. So rook a to c8, and then white play e4. Just expand a little bit in the center, let you play e5. Black said not today, e5. We're going to make sure we move the bishop out. Knight moves, knight f3, king g7, right? Okay, white plays one of these very super GM type moves, right? Very slow type move here. Stopping bishop g4, though, it makes sense. h3. h3. No problem, Soxen. You good, bro. Here, somebody set you up. White has maintained a slight advantage. Yep, here. So, yeah, there's a little note there. Cool. Okay, then h6 happened. So, after this h6 move, I want you to look around the board here. And I want you to find a move for white. What would you play in this position? Think hard. It is not what you're thinking it is. It is not what you're thinking it is. So I want you to look around the board and find a move. We got rook d1. Okay. Wouldn't queen d2 be better to compensate for the lack dark square? Bishop from Mudkip the hero. I like what you're saying there. Queen b5. Okay, queen b5. Okay, queen b5. All right, look at you. Shoot. Garbage. Wow. Please, yeah, in advance. In advance. You're right. Garbage sound in advance. Garbage. In advance. Queen b5. h4. e5. Pawn is already on e5. Knight e5. Yikes. He said, no, never mind. Yeah, you lucky. You lucky. Thanks, queen, exactly. Knight h4. Knight h2. Come on, guys. Come on. I ain't seen it yet. I ain't seen it. I haven't seen it. What did he play in this position? What did he play? What did he play, bro? Bishop b1? Nope. Knight f5? No. He didn't play it. I'm thinking. It says dirt. F-rock to d1. Knight h5? Nah. Knight g5? No. d4? No. h4? No. Knight d2? No. No, no, and no again. No again, chat. You ready for this? You ready for this? Here it is. Watch this. We're gonna play it. We're gonna play it before you even hear it. Before you even see it. So watch this, right? This is gonna turn our attention first over here to the brain board. Check this out. Boom. So first off, you can go to brainfuel.com. Use Canty15. Definitely get your 15% off. But this is it, right? Alekhine, in this point, employs a very unique idea in this position. And when we're looking at, he plays queen to d2. We're going to go look at it and see why. This following note is taken from the techniques of positional play by Valery Bronzik. In a position, now think about this. We're going to read this last part twice. In a position, right? I want this to marinate in your brain here. In a position with an opposing knight on b6, in parentheses, that means b3. So b6 for black and b3 for white. The a5 square and a4 for white is often a good position for the queen. Let me read that sentence again. In a position with an opposing knight on b6, the a5 square is often a good position for the queen. It controls the important fifth rank and both cast an eye on the pawn on a7 and an x-ray eye on the d8 square and cannot be driven away by an opposing pawn. Let me show what he's talking about here. This is what we're talking about.
Another one.
Yo, appreciate it, Sadie. Sadie, happy Thanksgiving, 4 months. Let's go. Thanks for the prime. So, you know, what happened here is queen d2. This is the move that happened, right? This is very advanced. Queen d2, keeping an eye on both sides of the board, number one. Number two is, what did it say? Right, let's take a look at the brain board again. Right, and actually, let's go here. Let's make the move. Bishop e6, right, trade first, and then boom, queen a5. Wow. Queen a5. Let's check that again. What did it say? What did it say? Right, knight on b6, queen on a5, pawn a7, 5th rank. Now let's go read that again. It says, in a position with an opposing knight on b6. Okay, where's this knight at? On b6. On b6. I mean, this is nuts that he knew this back in the day, showing his level of strength here. In a position with an opposing knight on b6, the a5 square, which is a square that the queen is on right now. The a5 square, okay, let's look at it some more, right? The a5 square is often a good position for the queen. It controls the 5th rank, and both cast an eye on the pawn on a7 and x-ray the d8 square, right? And it can't be kicked by the pawn that's on b6. That's like a rule. How many of y'all knew that that was a rule? Bro. How many of y'all knew that was a rule until today, right? That's nuts. I didn't. That's amazing. That's amazing to know this, right? Now, of course, this is like edge guarding. And now you can think about it here, right? Edge guarding, hitting the A pawn. And this is something I've done before, but now you can now use it more in your games. You can look for it. You can actually call, oh, I'm about to edge guard with the queen over here and guard the edge, A7. And also the 5th rank. Look, E5 is hit, right? It hit twice. You know, it's a very beautiful concept that Alekhine was able to come up with against Kappa. Pretty nice. Queen to D2 over to A5. After already moving the queen to E2. Let's see what happens. Now, the rest of this is a longer game. It's going to take a while. But, I mean, it's not a while. It actually took another 12 moves, I think. So, not a while, but it just feels like a while. There's a lot of text in here. Some weird stuff. Germ. What's up, man? Thanks. It says awesome, Canty. Thank you. All right, what up? Yeah. So, okay, what happened was knight to c4, and there we go. Edge guarding work. Boom. Thanks for the pawn. Appreciate it. You get one, I get one, says Capo. He says, all right, I take those. You get one, I get one. You get one. Oh, wait a second. You don't get one. I get one. I'm good, right? So now I'm up a pawn. Right? We always do the piece count, always no material count, right? So we got 5 pawns. Black has 4. Always know the material count. So knight goes to c4. We back that boy up. Okay, now after knight to c4, where do you go? Black to move here or white to move here. Right, this pawn is hanging. How do you deal with this? Let's see if you can finish this off. It's only about 10 moves left. Let's see if you can figure it out. Where do you find the book on these middle game rules? That's good stuff. Thanks. Yeah, that's tough. I'll link one. I have a books command. Now we'll get one linked up. I'm going to try edge guard in the first. Magmonk says, I'm going to try to edge guard in the first 10 moves. Don't do that. Don't. An edge guard when it's necessary. Rook to c1. We have some rook c1s here. Rook c1. Okay, got some rook c1 in there. Rook to c1. Rook c1 followed by knight at knight. You know what? Rook c1. It's a pretty cool looking move, guys, actually. It does, not that it doesn't work. Knight d6 is kind of annoying, but I'm sure it probably works. And then you end up trading after queen b1. Because, of course, your queen's hanging right now. So you have to do something about this. Maybe just queen b1 or b2. But this didn't happen, actually. But rook c1 is pretty good, chat. That's pretty good. Dang, you know what? You know, we always say this. This is just like a immediate, just, y'all are getting better. Like, I don't have to push this button as much. Garbage. I mean, I still be pushing it. Garbage. Because a lot of y'all still be. Garbage. 100%. But y'all are doing better. Like, you know, I mean, y'all be really out here watching the analysis in the stream, watching the YouTube content. Y'all are getting better. I'm proud. I'm very proud. But rook c1 is not what he played. He played queen b4. He's like, you know, back up. The queen kind of by herself over here. All my other homies like over here. So like we gonna back that boy up over here. Yeah, right. Come on. Low on ranch, like for real. We went from hot garbage to garbage. Correct. Very nice. Queen b4. Okay, after queen b4, there was rook a8, right? So rook in front of the pawn. Where do rooks belong? And this is a pop quiz. Where do rooks belong? On offense and defense when it comes to a pass pawn. Where do rooks belong on offense or defense when it comes to a pass pawn. Very, very nice. I mean, unanimous behind the pawns. Very nice. Very nice. So that tells you your next move, rook a1. This rook would be much better if they were switched. Imagine if these rooks were switched. Then black would be ideally set up to defend. But because he's in front of it, he's ideally set up to just sit. So this is not good. It's not good. Right. Okay, so after rook a1, queen to c6, he's kind of just trying to stop the bleeding here and trying to hold, really. These are kind of weak, but at a moment's notice, I mean, you have to be super accurate here. The engine actually gives this as like not even a full pawn, and I think because of the nature of them and also the activity. Like you need activity, and the knights aren't really active. So he pushes it a4, knight takes e4, and lets him take it, and then what do you do next, chat? What do you do about it? We just take on e4, right? What do? You just gonna take it right back? Take a second, look at it. What do you do? What you got? e5. e5. Knight takes e4, queen takes e4, a5. Very nice. Trade knights. In fact, it's just knight takes e5. This is a nasty move right here, boy. Look at this knight takes e5. Sheesh. He hit that boy like spink. Oh, snap. Whoa, it just got crazy. Wait a second. So now this end game, if you trade everything off, it's completely winning. So he's like, all right, cool, let's go to the end game. And Kappa like, okay, yeah, this end game is what I do, right? But he took the knight. Instead, just to make it a little bit easier for white and give white more chances still. Queen takes e5 and then rook to e1, pinning the knight, trying to do some real damage here, forcing some type of concessions, and then knight to d6, which is a very cool move here. I mean, Kappa was super strong, because if you mess this up, this is a draw. But if you find the only move here, you still have an advantage. There is one move that gives an advantage here, chat. Can you find it? There is one move that gives an advantage. Can you find it? Queen to b4. Queen takes f7. Queen f7. And I'm like, yeah, Queen f7. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Queen f7. That's fire. Like, yeah. Queen f7. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Queen f7. Wow. Garbage. Take with the knight, and then rook takes, and all your hopes and dreams down the window. All your hopes and dreams, everything you thought was nice in life, gone. Wow. Right. Terrible. Knight d6, and then here's the move here. Here's the move. Queen to c1. Right defends. And then after queen f6, knight e4, knight takes e4, rook takes e4. And the notes here, right? The notes here actually end right here. Which let me check my PGN and see. Yeah, so white wins this game. The rest of it is probably somewhere out there. Let's push the button there, okay? Because the end of the PGN is here. This ending is far from simple. This is what it says. This ending is far from simple to win. White needs to combine the threat posed by the distant pass pawn with threats on the king side. Throughout this ending, we see illustrated the well-known principle that a rook belongs behind the pass pawn. So it ends right here. This is the PGN that I was able to grab. But the point here, remember what today was the queen edge guard, right? And what's the edge guard? Is when you see this, which is in many openings, you'll see a knight like this. It is beneficial, not that that should do it every time, right? But you should be looking to get the queen on the edge to be able to do this. This is a possibility. It's not something you do every single time. But if it's an option there, especially in a position like this, a lot of you just move the rook. Rook e1, rook somewhere else, right? And look at this. In this position, look at this. Look how cool this is. Let me turn this on. Look at this. Look at what the engine says. The best move in this position is queen a5. when you have a lot of other moves to make. Rook d1, maybe queen e3, maybe trading and then going rook c1. Maybe some of you would have went b4 or king h2. Some of you don't know what to do and just like looking around to make a move, but you never would have looked at queen a5. Right? That's fire. It's pretty fire. Hopefully you guys learned from today. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.